another day of A Year in Miracles. Today we are on A Course in Miracles workbook lesson 152. And I'm going to jump right in because again, it is a long one. So try to stay with me here. It's really interesting and today's lesson will really open your eyes to a lot of things we've been talking about up to this point. So A Course in Miracles workbook lesson 152. The power of decision is my own. No one can suffer loss unless it be his own decision. No one suffers pain except his choice elects this state for him. No one can grieve nor fear nor think him sick unless these are the outcomes that he wants. And no one dies without his own consent. Nothing occurs but represents your wish, and nothing is omitted that you choose. Here is your world complete in all details. Here is its whole reality for you. And it is only here salvation is. You may believe that this position is extreme and too inclusive to be true. Yet, can truth have exceptions? If you have the gift of everything, can loss be real? Can pain be part of peace or grief of joy? Can fear and sickness enter in a mind where love and perfect holiness abide? Truth must be all-inclusive, if it be the truth at all. Accept no opposites and no exceptions, for to do so is to contradict the truth entirely. Salvation is the recognition that the truth is true, and nothing else is true. This you have heard before, but may not yet accept both parts of it. Without the first, the second has no meaning. But without the second, is the first no longer true? Truth cannot have an opposite. This cannot be too often said and thought about. For if what is not true is true as well as what is true, then part of truth is false. And truth has lost its meaning. Nothing but the truth is true, and what is false is false. This is the simplest of distinctions, yet the most obscure. But not because it is a difficult distinction to perceive. It is concealed behind a vast array of choices that do not appear to be entirely your own. And thus the truth appears to have some aspects that belie consistency, but do not seem to be but contradictions introduced by you. As God created you, you must remain unchangeable, and transitory states, by definition, false. And that includes all shifts in feeling, alterations in conditions of the body and the mind, in all awareness and in all response. This is the all-inclusiveness which sets the truth apart from falsehood, and the false kept separate from the truth as what it is. Is it not strange that you believe to think you made the world you see is arrogance? God made it not. Of this you can be sure. What can he know of the ephemeral, the sinful, and the guilty, the afraid, the suffering and lonely, and the mind that lives within a body that must die? You but accuse him of insanity to think he made a world where such things seem to have reality. He is not mad, yet only madness makes a world like this. To think that God made chaos contradicts his will, invented opposites to truth and suffers death to triumph over life, all this is arrogance. Humility would see at once these things are not of him. And can you see what God created not? To think you can is merely to believe you can perceive what God willed not to be. And what could be more arrogant than this? Let us today be truly humble and accept what we have made as what it is. The power of decision is our own. Decide but to accept your rightful place as co-creator of the universe, and all you think you made will disappear. What rises to awareness then will be all that ever was, eternally as it is now. And it will take the place of self-deceptions made but to usurp the altar to the Father and the Son. Today we practice true humility, abandoning the false pretense by which the ego seeks to prove it arrogant. Only the ego can be arrogant, but truth is humble in acknowledging its mightiness, its changelessness, and its eternal wholeness, all encompassing God's perfect gift to his beloved Son. What we lay aside the arrogance which says that we are all sinners, guilty and afraid, ashamed of what we are, and lift our hearts in true humility instead to him who has created us immaculate, like to himself in power and in love. The power of decision is our own, and we accept of him that which we are and humbly recognize the Son of God. To recognize God's Son implies that as well that all self-concepts have been laid aside and recognized as false. Their arrogance has been perceived, and in humility, the radiance of God's Son, his gentleness, his perfect sinlessness, his Father's love, his right to heaven, and release from hell are joyously accepted as our own. Now do we join in glad acknowledgement that lies are false and only truth is true. We think of truth alone as we arise and spend 5 minutes practicing its ways, encouraging our frightened minds with this: the power of decision is my own. This day I will accept myself as what my Father's will created me to be. Then will we wait in silence, giving up all self-deceptions as we humbly ask ourself that he reveal himself to us, and he who never left will come again to our awareness, grateful to restore his home to God as it was meant to be. In patience, we wait for him throughout the day and hourly invite him with the words in which the day began, concluding it with this same invitation to yourself. God's voice will answer, for he speaks for you and for your Father. He will substitute the peace of God for all your frantic thoughts, the truth of God for self-deceptions, and God's Son for your illusions of yourself. And that's it. That is our lesson for today. I know it's a lot to take in, but in essence what we're saying is the truth is the truth, and what we are is the truth. And as love, we are love. As God, we are God. And our true self is joined with that mind of God, right? So it's in remembering who we are and letting go of the false idea that we're a victim of the world we see, because we're not. The power of decision is our own, right? So when we remember who we are and remember that we are co-creating the universe, then we just stop and say enough. No more creating chaos in my life. No more creating sadness. No more creating all of this frantic, fearful chaos that surrounds us. We say today, we recognize who we are. Today we choose love. Today we create a world of love, right? Because what is God? God is love. And when we choose love instead of fear, we create the kingdom of heaven. So a lot of these biblical terms that we hear and that I'm talking about that the Course in Miracles uses, they can be substituted for general terms that pertain to everyone, regardless of whatever religion they are. And just as a reminder, Course in Miracles is not a religion. It's a spiritual path that leads to love. And all paths eventually lead to love or God or whatever that term for love or oneness is in your mind. So we're just trying to remember our true essence of ourself as love and understand that at any moment, at this moment, right now, we can change our world. We just choose love. And I know a lot of you have probably heard of the law of attraction through amazing movies like The Secret and books, The Secret, The Power, all of these great spiritual leaders and thought thinkers and that give us these amazing meditations and tools and gifts to understand the nature of our reality. And that's all about how to deal with this life that we are living within the illusion of being separate, right? Because in essence, we are perfect and we are whole and we are complete in that mind of God. But in the separated state that we're in right now, experiencing this dream that we're in, this illusion that we have created because we are separate from the mind of God in creating this illusion, then we understand that the law of attraction works simply by doing this. What we think, we attract. What we think we are, we create. And if you understand that all the power of the decision is your own, you can change your world with your thoughts. So that's what we're talking about today. The power of decision is my own, and that's our lesson for today. So enjoy today's lesson. It's great to see all of you here on the live feed this morning. Good morning. Can you believe we're on A Course in Miracles workbook lesson 152. We've been at this for 152 days. Today's June 1st. Good morning, honey. Nice to see you here on the live feed. Hey, Barb. Good to see you. Good morning, Jody. Hi, Michael. Good to see you here. Good morning, Francie. Nice to see you here. Hey, Jim. Good to see you on the live feed this morning. Hi, Cheryl. Good morning. Hi, Vera. Hey, Kim. Good to see you watching. Good morning, everyone. Hi, Gretchen. Good to see you here on the live feed. Good morning, Colette. Nice to see you. Love and miracle thinking to all of us. That's nice, Vera. Thank you for sharing that. Hey, Terry. Good to see you here this morning. Good morning, Alicia. Hi, Carl. Good to see you here. Good morning, Mark. Good morning, all of you ACIM warriors. That's sweet, Colette. Yeah, sending love and thanks right back to you, too. Good morning, Tom. Nice to see you. Good morning, everyone. Hey, Patrick. Good to see you here. Hi, Tracy. Nice to see you on the live feed this morning. Hey, Mark. Nice to see you here. Good morning, Tommy. Hey, John. Good to see you. Hey, Greg. Wow, we've got a lot of people on our live feed for A Course in Miracles this morning. Good morning, Wayne. I know I see some of you for the first time here. So we've been doing A Course in Miracles since January 1st. We're on lesson 152. And they are meant to be done in sequence. So if you're joining here and you're curious or interested, feel free to jump in on our daily lessons. But I would also encourage you to go back to lesson number 1 because they do build on each other and they'll probably make a little bit more sense than just jumping right in the middle. It's a gradual undoing of our ego thought system. Good morning, Junex. Nice to see you here this morning. Hi, Wayne. Nice to see all of you this morning. So, enjoy today's lesson and feel free to post what's coming up for you on our private Facebook group if you feel more comfortable doing that, or right here on the live feed on the main page. Whatever works for you is great. In the meantime, I hope you're enjoying this beautiful Saturday morning. We've got some nice sunshine. I'm going to go take a walk on the beach with my friend Barb, who's down visiting this week. So I hope whatever you have going on this morning brings you joy and happiness, because remember, happiness is your only function. Enjoy today, and I will see you again tomorrow on the live feed. All right, bye guys. Have a great day.